Hey guys, so I was reading a book this morning about, and I'm reading this book called The Masters of Death. It's about the Einsatzgruppen in World War II. Basically, Einsatzgruppen means Special Task Force, roughly translated. Basically, there were 4 of them, and they were subdivided into, commando units. But after the Wehrmacht went through Poland and went into Russia, these guys followed up behind and started killing everyone. Like any politician, any educated person, any Jew they could find, men, women, children, all this stuff. It's pretty fucking horrifying. But the book starts analyzing like, what can compel a man, or how can someone do this? How can someone be okay? How can someone be okay with murdering children and sleep at night? Well, a lot of them couldn't, actually. A lot of them would become extremely drunk frequently. In fact, and some of them did end up killing themselves because they just couldn't do it anymore. But still, what compels a man to murder children? Like 5-year-old kids. Because they're Jews? And dig a mass grave? So there's thousands of these guys, and thousands of these kids and women and old men. So he's analyzing the socialization of violence, about what stages of your life you have to go through. So there's 4 stages. There's brutalization, which means that at some point in your life you were either bullied, picked on, you went through a loss, that something that made you angry, and so you've been brutalized. Stage 2 is belligerency. You're willing to fight back. Maybe not physically yet. Or if, in the most extreme circumstance, maybe you'll fight back. Stage 3 is, I can't remember what stage 3 is called, actually. But basically, stage 3 is you're willing to kill. Only to defend yourself or your loved ones. Whatever that may be. Whatever term that, If your community is attacked, you're willing to kill whoever attacked you, right? But you're willing to do that. You're willing to commit murder, but only in defense. So it's not really murder; it's just killing, but only in defense. Most people in Western societies fall into two subcategories. They're completely pacifist, where they will not fight back. You may call them wimps or pussies or something like that. And no matter what anyone, picks on them, those are the kids that get picked on. They don't fight back, and they won't. And then you have the stage 3s. Most people fall into stage 2, and stage 3, apparently, according to the book, is stable. Most people don't get to stage 4, which I'll get to in a moment. But basically, stage 3 is, yes, someone is attacking, like, say you're getting mugged, or someone's trying to mug your girlfriend. He better hit something vital, because I'm gonna fucking kill him. It's simple as that. He's gonna fucking die. He better hit me in the head with that gun. He better shoot me through the brain, because I'm gonna keep going until he's dead. It also comes down to, like, how far are you gonna fight? There's this guy in town here, I won't name names, but he, I guess he called my girlfriend a slut, so I don't have a choice. I'm gonna fucking go to jail if I ever run into this guy. And they better pull me off when it's, basic assault instead of fucking attempted murder, because I'm not gonna stop until he's fucking dead. So somebody better pull me off him. You don't have a choice. I mean, I don't. That's the socialization of violence. Stage 4 is aggressive violence. That is, or offensive violence. Hey, how's it going?
There. Oh, I got it.
Okay. Hey, Pooch. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Sophie, come here. Come here.
Oh, these dogs, they're always mauling me.
Oh boy, she couldn't even wait. Holy moly. Come on, Tucker.
And, I haven't been in a fight since 2005, back when I was fresh out of boot camp, when I was still, the military mentality socializes you to violence. It's supposed to. You have to be willing to shoot someone else. someone that you don't know, someone that never personally offended you, but he's on the other, other end of the street, and he's shooting at you, so you have to shoot at him back. I never liked that. What does some fucking 18-year-old kid in Baghdad, why am I shooting at him? Because he's shooting at me. Okay, fine. Maybe if we just stop shooting at each other. So I never hit stage 4. Stage 4 is, okay, stage 3, I did defend myself. I did kill someone, or I did really, really hurt someone to defend myself. Kind of feels good. Maybe I should just preempt it and start killing other people before they can kill me, without them having provoked or offended you. That's the Einsatz group, and these guys are stage 4. For no reason, they enjoyed killing. Didn't matter what you did. You could not, you take your hat off, you wear your Jewish star, you wear all this stuff, you do everything they tell you, and they still I'm going to shoot this guy because it's fun. Most people in Western societies, we call those people criminals. People who commit assaults. We have laws of self-defense and standing your ground, all that stuff for a reason. You're allowed to defend yourself. But when you cross that line into stage 4, where you're the bully, you're the offender, it's criminal. Society does not tolerate violent people. Not like that. You're willing to defend yourself and be violent. It's just there's just those 3 levels of, are you going to talk back? Are you going to fight back? Are you going to try to kill the guy who's trying to kill you? Or are you going to start being the one who's trying to kill people? Because you found out that that's the solution. Violence is the answer. Sometimes violence is the answer. I was socialized to violence at a very young age. It was 2nd grade, and we had some kind of turkey run, okay? And 2nd grade, and I'm not a big guy. I'm only 5'4", okay? So, and believe me, I was the smallest kid in class. And my friend JC in 2nd grade, he might have been even smaller than I was. And we were little kids. And so these 4th graders were doing some kind of turkey run for Thanksgiving. Like whatever grade runs the most laps gets to donate a turkey to charity or some bullshit like that. I don't really remember the exact details. I was 7. Yeah, I was 7. Well, anyway, these 2 4th graders start picking on us. As we're running the track, the 4th graders, one of them would run in front, get on his hands and knees, and the other would push us, so we trip over him, into the mud. It's like Washington, it's early November, so it's just muddy. So they'd shove us into the mud. They did this for a day or 2. And it really pissed me off. Even in 2nd grade, you socialize yourself and how you're going to act pretty young. At a pretty young age, you socialize into who you're going to be. So the next day, I see him kicking a soccer ball against the wall. And what does Zach do? He takes the soccer ball. He runs up and snatches it and runs into like the recess field. It's just like an open field, like a soccer field kind of thing. One of them starts chasing me. I'm halfway through the field. I turn around and I clock that kid in the face. And he was going full spread. He was trying to catch up, and I just swung. He dropped. He went down, and he started crying. And I'm sitting here, and of course the counselor comes up and they yell at me. My mom never found out. My parents never found out about this. Because also, I'm the little kid, and I'm really cute, and I know how to get out of this shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but he was picking on me. And they're like, all right, we're not going to tell your parents this time. I was like, okay. I got away with it. And even before that, kindergarten, I remember being on the bus. And this 5th grader, keep in mind, when you're 5, a 5th grader is gigantic. They're huge. I didn't care. I remember, even 5 years old, this kid was jumping between the seats, like hopping. And I'm sitting here, I was like, you're a bitch. I called him a bitch. Thank God for my mom. She's got a salty mouth, so I learned all the good words from my mom. And I was like, you should sit down. You're just a bitch. And of course, he ran and told the bus driver because he was a bitch. He should have hit me or something. That would have been a little bit more acceptable, in my opinion. But so yeah, Bus driver told my mom, and I had a 30-minute timeout. Hey, you're not supposed to call people that, Zach. It's all right. But at that point, even, I'd socialized enough that would be stage one, where you're brutalized. And, you know, he wasn't picking on me or anything. I just didn't like what he was doing, and I thought I had to say something about it. No one else was, because him and his twin brother were the, you know, fraternal, not identical, but him and his twin brother were dicks. And I didn't like it. I've never liked bullies. So, did that in kindergarten, second grade, I clocked that kid. And then,
Puppy attack.
puppy attack! I'm getting one in like 2 weeks. I'm getting a dog.
What kind?
About the size of, what's his name, Tucker, the big one? Yeah, about that size.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good size.
Of course, it's a rescue. We're going up to Bozeman. Yeah. So what I'm gonna pick the dog that no one else wants.
I like that.
That's the rule.
Usually my favorite dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the years, I mean,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
That is super cool. Good for you guys.
Yeah. I need a buddy.
Oh, I really. Hey. No. Not yours.
Yeah. I need a buddy. So I need a buddy.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys, come on. We can have puppy parties.
Hey, have a good one.
You too.
So, anyway, the next time I had to be violent was I was in 8th grade. And, yeah, in 8th grade, I was kind of part of the loser crowd. So, it was me and my friend Sam and my little brother Dan and maybe a couple other guys. And the bullies started picking us. They would throw rocks at us at the bus stop. And then afterwards, they'd like start picking on my little brother. Now, me and Dan, we don't really get along that well, but he's still my brother. I'm the only one who's allowed to pick on my fucking little brother. Not these guys. So I tried every peaceful alternative I could think of. I followed them home. I talked to their parents. You know, I was trying not to be violent. Didn't work. Parents didn't care. They kept throwing the rocks. They kept picking on me. And then one of them, they came off the bus one day, and he pushed my brother. Physically pushed him and dropped his shit, dropped his backpack, whatever, and it was trying to start a fight. Keep in mind, this kid, I mean, they're both 6th graders. I'm in 8th grade, but like I said, not a big guy. So at that point, I fucking dropped my trumpet. I grabbed the kid by the collar, and I punched him in the mouth. He wore braces. Believe me, my knuckles are not as fucked up as his mouth was. Never bothered us again. That's how you socialize to violence. It does work. That's what makes it so easy, is that sometimes violence is the answer. If it wasn't, we would not fight wars. So, and it was funny, because years later, probably, after I got out of the Marines, and I went back to McDonald's, as my actual job, because I was just in the reserves. That same kid that I punched out, who had grown to be about 6'3", big guy. He's like, did you beat me up? Like, when I was in 6th grade, I was like, yeah, I think I did. He's like, yeah, your brother was a dick. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I had to punch you, though. He's like, yeah. And we were totally cool. We were friends. Like, it's also one of the other things about violence. It does solve things. And also, if you're doing it between men, then you're like, yep, fight's over. Like, he's like, yeah, I was a dumb kid. And your brother was always, like, annoying us and stuff. And he was being a little shit. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Dan. But, he's my little brother. I got to protect him. And he's like, yeah, I totally get that. So, and see, that's the thing. That's why violence, it works. But also, if you guys had just talked to each other, you wouldn't have to do that. So I was socialized to be willing to use violence. To kill people, it would require an extreme circumstance. Like, someone would have to be trying to, mug, like, my girlfriend or my mom or my brothers. They'd have to be trying to actively kill them. And then I would have no hesitation. I would fucking murder them. They would fucking die. But I haven't been in fights since 2005 because I can usually keep it to my words. I can keep it to my words. So, I don't know. I find it interesting that, yeah, what did these guys have to go through to be okay with murdering children? Like, adults, they can take care of themselves. I don't have a lot of sympathy for adults. Like, if I was, they would not have, I could not have gotten into one of those train cars. They'd have to shoot me. I ain't going in there. No, shoot me. Like, you always have a choice. Even if that choice is death, you have a choice. It's up to you. Do you want to go in there? Do you want to go in the gas chamber? I don't, and I won't. So you're going to have to shoot me. And I'll try to take out a couple of you before I do. Try to grab a gun. I don't know, do something. But, in day-to-day life, you don't have to, violence is, that socialization of violence it's rare. That's why violent criminals, they are a small minority of the population. Because most people stop at stage, they either never go through it, and they're never violent, and they won't stand up for themselves, or they stop at stage 2 or 3, where you're either willing to fight or you're willing to kill, but only in defense, only defensively. It was just like when I got beat up by the lesbian. And reflecting on this, it did not even occur to me to hit her back. Not even a single thought went through my head about fight back. Because I knew, she's pounding on me, but I'm like, I'm not in any mortal danger or anything. I just got to get out of here. Plus, you don't hit women. But it's interesting because, I very easily and justifiably could have clocked her and put her down. But no, it's not a mortal threat that she's doing. Yeah, I was pretty sore the next day. I was pretty banged up. But, I was the homewrecker. So even as her tiny little fists of fury are wailing down on me, I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking yeah, because I'm putting my hands up, like that, and I'm like, yeah, this was a possible outcome of your choice to try to wreck a home life. So I took my beating like a man. Because a man does not hit a woman. And I know some of my other, channels that I watch on YouTube, they'll say, in this circumstance, I mean, if she pulls out a knife or something, yeah, I'm going to put her down. I don't want to die. But if she's just trying to beat me up, I'm just going to, what's that word? I don't know. I'm just going to leave the situation. There's a bigger word that starts with an E that I would prefer to use, but I can't remember right now. But, it's just one of the things. But yeah, I find this book is very interesting, discussing what drives men to do this. How do you get to that point where you are willing to murder children? And they did. So, yeah, it's my thoughts on the day as far as that goes. And, I have, doing some self-reflection on my own socialization towards violence and what I'm willing to do. And it's I know what I'm willing to do, and I know what I'm capable of. But also, I won't say I don't have a violent bone in my body. I got a few. But they haven't come out in 13 years. And honestly, I don't really ever want them to come out. I use my words now. And my words actually can damage people a lot better than my fists. Hey, a black eye lasts a couple days. Your wounded pride. See all this stuff right here? I've eaten shit here at least once. And in this town, I've eaten shit maybe 4 times. And eating shit, basically, yeah, you drop. You slip and you just crack on the ground. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. The only thing that happens when that, when I pick myself up, I don't care if my arm's broken. All I care about is did someone see that? I really hope no one saw that. I really hope no one saw that, because my pride hurts a lot more than my arm and my knee and my shoulder. Those heal. Your pride? Ah, shit, Zach, you just ate shit. And someone saw it, and you look like a fool. So when I say use my words, believe me, that pride, that dignity, If you can strip a man of his dignity by your words, it hurts a lot more than a fist. It does. So, don't get me wrong. I can hurt people, but I prefer to use my words to hurt them if I have to. Maybe it is a form of violence. I don't know. Emotional violence or something? But I don't know. Last time I did that was in Alaska. That Jesse guy. 6'7", dumb. Never liked him. Fucking with me because I'm a little guy. And I humiliated him from the entire factory floor. Are you fucking tense? One at a time. But believe me, it was a lot louder than that. He almost hit me. I was like, go ahead, hit me. Get yourself fired. I'll take the black eye, but you're going to get fired, and my life's going to be a lot better. All it takes is a fist? Sweet. Nah, they dragged him away from me before he could hit me. And they did not fire him, unfortunately. But, oh yeah. I kind of felt bad. I was like, it might have been better if we had just fought. Because that guy, I embarrassed him in front of 150 people. They stopped the presses. Like, they stopped the conveyor belts. Like, they all stopped and stared. Because Zach embarrassed this guy in front of everyone. And no one liked him. But he was, oh, I'm a felon. I got 4 kids. I'm 22. Who the fuck cares, you idiot? You got caught. I've committed more than a few felonies in my life, but I only got caught for one of them. And it's expunged. So, yeah. Being a dumbass and going to prison? Well, you're fucking stupid. You shouldn't be proud of that. You're fucking stupid. So, but even as I was yelling at him, I was willing to fight him. I was like, if he swings, I'm swinging back. I don't care if I get my ass kicked. I've already won. Because what? He's going to brag that he beat up Zach? 5'4", fucking $150? And you're like 6'7", maybe 300 pounds, you fat fuck. Yeah, tell the story how you brought down Zach. Fuck these guys. Like, hey, I'll fight. I'll probably lose. But I'll fight. But my words worked a little bit better. Because, oh yeah, he shut his fucking mouth for 2 weeks until they shook-handed him. He didn't say a fucking word to me. Or anyone. Because I embarrassed him. Yeah, there's other ways to hurt people besides fists. Much better ways. So, yeah, I know. It's kind of dark. It's the dark side. But, humans are complicated. I'm very complicated. I appreciate my emotions. I'm very emotional. And I don't know. I just thought about, what level of violence am I capable of? And what kind of violence? Because, yeah, I guess there is other forms of violence besides fists. I like using my words. I like my words. All right, guys. I'll leave it there. Have a good one.